If I knew these three things, I would have avoided a lot of stress, losses, and of course, confusion. If you guys have not already started flipping phones, or if you have, don't flip another phone or start until you watch this video. Now, I've been phone flipping for over a decade. I've seen a lot of things, and I've also struggled. I've been able to create this phone flipping business that I've started and build it into a refurbishing company, and also a company that buybacks devices from major businesses and literally sells them to consumers and also wholesale buyers. I've been able to source a bunch of phones and ship them to people over a bunch of different countries that are looking to take these phones and sell them in their own stores. I've been able to network and build and grow, but that is not the only thing that has happened. I've failed, I've been almost robbed, I've been in positions where I've made really bad buys, where I've literally lost a lot of money. And sometimes I was scraping pennies to be able to recover. And see, all of these things happen and I was able to get out of them, and you can too. If you guys have not already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, make sure you guys make the most out of your money. And of course, I'll see you guys at the top, because it's too crowded at the bottom. Make sure, again, if you're a phone flipper, you do not start phone flipping until you watch this video. So I think, again, when you start phone flipping first, you get excited. Now, all of my phone flippers can vouch that when you first get that first flip and you close the deal, let's say, you're not just excited, but you're speeding to the meetup position, because you're like, yo, I'm about to actually buy this phone. And then when you buy the phone, you be hyped. When you get there, you stumbling over yourself. You trying to think, yeah, 550, yup. But in your mind, you like, oh my God, yeah. But you're also anxious, right? The anxiety kicks in because you're like, well, am I making any mistakes? Am I not looking? Why is this so easy? Is this too good to be true? It's a bunch of things going through your head at once, right? And this could very much cloud your judgment on deals. And I like to tell this story all the time, but I took a break from phone flipping in 2019 and started back up like maybe 4 months after I took the break. And then somebody walked into my store with an iPhone XR, and I'll never forget this. He came in, he's like, yo, I want to sell my phone, bro. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm excited that I'm getting back in the game, right? And he starts talking to me about kids and all this other stuff, girls and all of that. We talking. And then I just don't know, like, I'm talking and I'm doing everything, checking everything. And then I give him the money, we shake hands. When he actually leaves the store, you know, and I'm by myself, I'm like, damn, that was a good deal. I said, I'm back in the game. But then, for some reason, I ended up putting the phone into the safe. I went about my day. Staff called me one day when they went to go sell a phone. They're like, yo, bro, it's an iCloud on this phone. I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't check to make sure it was an iCloud off, because I was so focused on trying to close a deal. And that is important for you to understand. It's not that deep. And what I mean by that is, when you get a touchdown, you gotta act like you've been there before. When you got a success, and the sale is maybe too good to be true, you gotta act like you've been there before. When you're crunching numbers, or maybe it's a sale that is getting you only $20, act like you've been there before. No matter if you high or low, act like you've been there before. And it's important, because when you start to forget where you've been and you start to get anxious, or maybe you haven't sold a phone, or maybe you haven't brought a phone in a while, and you're like, dang, I've been trying, and then that one phone hits, and then that person's like, all right, yeah, we can meet, but I gotta meet today, bro, because I gotta go take my daughter to Florida or whatever, right? Like, they say some crazy thing, and you're like, all right, man, whatever, let me go and do this, man, because I haven't got a deal in a while. Then you start to forget where you've been, and you actually act desperate, and that's when they get you. 100%, that's when they get you. So it's, again, gotta remember that first deal, you don't need to be anxious. You just need to take things slow. You gotta act like you've been there before. Act like you won that championship before. And then when you are going through a slow period, when it picks up, or when that first sale, or when that person wants to sell you that phone, and when you close that deal, you gotta again act like you've been there before, because deals will always come across your desk that are too good to be true, because they are. There's a bunch of iPhone clones out there. There's a bunch of people out there that are trying to finesse people for money because they're tight on money. There's a lot of people that will play on your emotions. A lot of people that will ask you discovery questions just so they can use what they discover against you. So again, deals will always, listen to what I'm saying, they will always come across your phone, your desk, wherever you sit, your bed, wherever, that are too good to be true. You got to be able to decipher, all right, yeah, I haven't got a phone in about a week, and this person's trying to sell me an iPhone 16 Pro Max for $400, but I know that don't seem right. So let me make sure that I check SIG-W. Let me make sure that I'm actually doing my due diligence instead of just being so anxious and eager to close a deal. Let me make sure that I cross my T's and dot my I's before I get up out of this building and head to that person. This happened to me. I went a slow period of time before. Guy ended up hitting me up late at night, and he was literally across the street from me. And I ended up going to pull up on him. And when I pulled up on him, he had everything. He had the phone that he said he was gonna have. The box was good. It was a sealed device. I remember like it was yesterday. We was parked right next to each other, and it was a young kid. And he was like, yo, bro, I gotta hurry up because I gotta get my daughter. And I remember because I was trying to tell him, let's go into the pizza shop because I wanted to go under the light and check the phone. But he's like, yo, bro, I can't. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I gotta go. And yeah, it was a clone phone, a fake phone. So again, deals will become accessible to you, no matter who you are. But understand that the ones that are too good to be true usually are. Now, another thing I wish I learned is that overseas buyers want locked phones. So you'll hear me say this in a lot of videos that AT&T is one of the worst companies. Verizon is a pretty good one. T-Mobile is definitely good, but they want locked phones. Now, a lot of people are scared to buy locked phones due to the fact that there's a high potential in their head that the phone can get blacklisted. That is not actually true. I could probably count on half of my hand the amount of times I brought a phone and it was good, and then all of a sudden it got blacklisted. I think like 2 times that have ever happened to me. And yes, it could happen, but that's why when you meet up with people, there's a checklist you need to abide by, there's discovery questions you need to ask, and there is a law of operations that you need to make sure that you're going through. But again, buying locked phones cuts the cost of goods. It makes it very easy for you to get phones at low price points and sell them at a affordable or a realistic price point. They're also a good way to get in with buyers. Now, buyers want locked phones. Why? Because they buy these phones to resell overseas, and they kind of have the same mindset that we should. They don't want to sell a phone that has to be sold for $900. They want to sell a phone that could be sold for $400. They want to sell a phone that could be sold for $350. Like, they want to sell phones that are not going to be too expensive in their country. Remember, like, to us, an expensive product may be ultra expensive somewhere else. So you have to make sure that you're being realistic with yourself and not just trying to buy unlocked phones. Now, I come across a lot of students that do this, and they believe that buying a locked phone is really one of the worst things ever. And that's just far from the truth. You can buy locked phones and become ultra productive and make profit, especially when selling to wholesale buyers. But I want to take it a little bit further. What if I told you that buying locked phones is one of the easiest ways for you to be able to sell to consumers? Yes, I said it, consumers, like people like you and I, people that want to use these devices on their accounts, right? So I'll give you a really good example. So AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Xfinity, we know all of these carriers, right? And then they have sub-carriers, Cricket, Metro, Simple Mobile, Boost Mobile, all of those, right? What if I told you that you could easily buy a T-Mobile phone, and let's say you buy a iPhone 15 from somebody off of OfferUp, and you buy that iPhone 15 for like $260. Well, to somebody that has Metro, if you sell that iPhone 15 to them, Think about it. Metro is charging them an arm and a leg. They probably already don't got good credit because they got Metro, right? Not saying everybody that got Metro don't got good credit, but I'm just telling you guys how the cell phone world works, right? Usually those people that have Cricket or Metro, they can't get those up echelon phones because they probably already had it and ruined their account, right? So you give them a second chance by selling them the iPhone 15. They get that phone. They then go ahead and if they cash you out, they go to their carrier and then they put that on their account and they're good. They value the fact that you're selling a locked phone to them. And we can go even further. And T-Mobile customer that may only be qualified for low-tier Android models will definitely spend a check with you, especially during tax time, to go ahead and get a phone. To go and get that phone that they wish they could get with T-Mobile, but they're not allowed due to credit, due to high down payments. They will do that because they buy the phone from you, they paying one payment. They buy the phone from T-Mobile or from whatever carrier, they're literally putting their bill high. So it's a difference, in understanding that locked phones are a benefit has changed the way and trajectory of my phone flipping business in total. I'm telling you, it is so easy for you to be able to profit selling locked phones. Don't be the type of person that gets stuck believing unlocked phones are the only way. Okay, so last but definitely not least, I think I get tired of hearing influencers that say they flip phones tell people to flip phones on eBay. I think that flipping phones on eBay is one of the most ignorant things someone can do. If you have an iPhone 14 that you got for, let's say, $250, and then you go ahead and put it on eBay, you may be thinking, well, eBay has a bunch of customers, so I'm gonna hit somebody, right? I'm gonna be able to find somebody. That is true. And maybe you'll be able to find somebody to buy it for $300 or $320. But for you to think that you're going to be able to make a great profit on eBay is insane. eBay takes fees. eBay has a high. Now, when I say high, like high isn't even a word. They have a bunch of competition. You got people in China that have leftover devices from wholesale buyers that are selling phones on there. You got people that are literally getting phones from AT&T, Verizon, and all of these companies themselves. You got like people that have contracts with these companies to get leftover old devices, and you're competing against them for prices or for customers. You're competing against their prices. They can sell an iPhone 14 Pro Max for $190 if they really wanted to. Like, it doesn't make sense to sell on eBay. It makes more sense selling on OfferUp and Facebook than it does on that platform, because see, you want a platform where you can reach people like you. You don't want a platform where they compare you to worldwide market activities. That will put you at a loss, especially if you're just starting. So the notion that selling on eBay is even like feasible or realistic is absolutely complete BS. It's not. And I'm here to tell you exactly why people will tell you to flip phones on eBay. Because see, when people tell you to flip phones on eBay, they are at some capacity helping themselves. So if I was to offer you a word of advice or a course, hey, how to sell phones on eBay, I could do that. But when a phone doesn't sell on eBay, you're gonna look at me like, yo, the phone didn't sell. All I'm gonna do is blame eBay. See, a lot of people don't know how to negotiate, they don't know how to sell, so what they'll do is they'll go away from platforms where you have direct consumers that will ask you questions. Hey, is this phone locked? Yeah, the phone is locked, but you can still use it with your carrier. Oh, but I just want an unlocked phone. Well, let me break it down to you like this, man. If you do get an unlocked phone, you're probably going to be paying around like $250 more. Now, do you have that, or do you want to spend that? Because that $250 could be used towards your phone bill as well. See, what I'm here to do is, yes, it's a locked phone, and while I do know locked phones do decrease in value, especially in our eyes as consumers, I will ensure you this locked device is very fairly used. Also, it is going to give you a lot more bang for your buck instead of you waiting and trying to find an unlocked phone where it could be a clone, it could be a phone that has internal issues. All of our phones are actually inspected. We do a 6-point inspection, and we make sure that we give you the best version possible. So again, the phone is updated, no iCloud, and also we maintain that you will be able to use this device for the longevity of your account. And also, not even to mention, you go ahead and go to AT&T, you can still put this on your insurance. You can still get that and get a replacement device if you need to, if you ever have any issues. Now, are you going to be paying with cash, or are you going to be paying with Cash App? How are we going to close this deal? See, they don't know how to do things like that because it takes a person that has experience and actually been in the field to be able to articulate themselves and also pivot from different objections that are coming. So again, guys, eBay is not the place you want to sell. Now, what I will tell you guys, if you guys want to learn exactly how to phone flip, definitely look below. I have my first live academy, okay? This is not a academy where I'm giving you videos and guides and templates and saying, go ahead and be great. No, this is a live 4-week academy that you guys can actually be a part of right now. And you guys can get into it right now. Link is below. We are starting this academy this week and next week, and we have opened registration. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Join the academy. I not only teach you how to flip phones, I teach you how to override objections. I teach you how to actually use buyers, wholesale buyers, where to find them, and also how to scale your phone flipping business into a more lucrative business. Prime example, phone flipping businesses don't make money, but refurbishing businesses do. Another example, phone flipping business don't make money, but a phone buyback business does. And when I say phone flipping businesses don't make money, I'm talking about real money. I'm talking about money where you could actually be able to subsidize your full-time income. Now, it takes time, and it's not something you can do overnight. I'm not here to tell you that you will be able to do this within a week or two, right? But you want to know the proper steps to actually scaling your phone flipping business so that you can actually make this into something that you have full-time success with. Make sure you guys join the academy. Link is below, and I will see you guys there. Peace.